Why you put him in danger? If it's my sister, am I gonna say, "Oh yeah, sister, hold that for me"? Yeah. If you're gonna write for me, no.
Some men do.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not
Some men
mad.
do. I mean, when I was 17, I used to find like, you know, boys that's into not necessarily gang stuff, but you know, like robbing houses. That sort of like, it used to give me like, you know, a little kick.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. It's the truth.
You said before, that you're gonna start to listen.
Okay. All
Let me
right.
just finish.
Like a fox eating a freaking rabbit, and you're gonna go punch the fox and be like, "What are you doing? What are you eating that rabbit for?" Like that rabbit was not doing nothing to you. Do you know what I mean?
The laws are set that if it's monetary gained, you're getting over 30 years.
So Holloway was built like a hospital because it was just like, well, women don't do that. So she's probably just a bit mad.
Quite.
Would you snitch if you knew someone had somebody?
Delinquent Nation, Prison Diaries. This is a very interesting episode. We've got Leela here from Prison Reform. She's come up with these cards, which she uses in prison with convicted inmates and people that are on remand as well. And basically it's to do with reform. Also, and we're going to be doing that today, and that's going to be pretty interesting. Also, we've got Tim here. You might have seen him when I was doing my Prison Diaries in prison. I had to remove the episode because a few people was complained and I didn't want to get my shit demonetized. And then you guys all know Parice, how we did the episode. One of the first episodes I done was with you. So yeah, we've got everyone here today to do these cards with Leela. If you want, you could...
So I created these cards 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and what I wanted to do was to like bridge the gap between people who have lived experience and people who only have the theory side of things. So my experience in terms of working in prisons, I've worked in pupil referral units. I've worked with young women at risk of gang exploitation and violence. I've worked in child sexual exploitation. I've done substance misuse, family support. My kind of go-to is Cat B male establishments, but that's just kind of happened. It's not, I don't know, it's happened that way. I've worked in hospitals as well. And so for me, I thought that a lot of the time people who have lived experience, sometimes they don't always have the opportunity to have like the theory side of it, the book side of it. Depending on how long they do or what their background is, they can't always have access to that. And then sometimes you can have people who work for charities or work in prison or in that kind of field that only have the theory. So they've gone to unis, they've done that side of it, but there's a lack of like lived experience. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of bridge the gap. So these cards, they all have a scenario, and it's got everything from like substance misuse, offending behaviour, gang violence, as people like to put it. And how you play it basically is you both flip a card, and whoever has the lowest number loses. So they have to answer the scenarios. Yeah, and we'll be doing that today. And also, big respect for coming up with that yourself and then implementing it into prison. Tim. The last time people would have seen you was when we did our diaries inside. Yeah. In prison. What have you been up to since then? You've been sending me a few videos, but what have you been up to since then?
So since then, I've been I've started working with these guys. They call themselves Community Patrol. Yeah. Good guys. Just doing some like comedy sketch stuff. Like I think if you guys have watched a show called People Just Do Nothing, it's like on a similar sort of level as that. Yeah. And I've just been working, trying to sort my life out really, and trying to help my mum out. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that I've left behind that I have to catch up with. So I've just been doing that, and it's been good. It's been really good, man. And then I link up with my boy SB. he gives me life. So that's it, man.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You come out just after I came out, innit?
Yeah, that's right, man.
So how have you found probation and that? How have you found it, like staying out kind of thing?
Well, you know what? I know, like, people say the prison system, like, I mean, people that don't know, like, when I never knew about the whole way, like, probation was run and how the probation system works, when I used to hear people talk about, oh, probation's this and that, I used to think, nah, maybe you guys are just sort of, it's like maybe something to do with you. Because I'd like, generally, I think, why would somebody who's doing a job, like, why would you do a job to make someone else's life harder? But then since I've been in it myself, I've actually come to realize that it is kind of like that. And I think the whole reason why we have, like, the world that we live in right now, people say, oh, the world's all messed up. But the thing is, you don't understand, we're all like cogs in a wheel. And it's like, if you're not doing your own job and you're complaining about something, but then what about, what do you do in your job? Are you helping that, like, people in your, like, line of business, or are you helping your customers? And I mean, that's kind of like people in probation. You got some people that maybe I don't know what's going on with them, but at the same time, it's like they make it difficult for some people when they don't need to, you know? And me working, probation didn't help me get a job. Probation didn't help me with nothing, but all probation would do is tell me, oh, if I don't go to a meeting, you're going to put me back in jail. But then I'm contributing to my community. You don't see that. And then you want to go and delve into my personal life and about my family life. And it's like, my family don't want you to do that, because my family are respectable people. They've got, you know, their own life to live. They don't want police snooping around their life. But then it's like, then you make it like I'm doing something wrong, I'm being suspicious, but I'm not. You're asking me questions about people that have nothing to do with my life, realistically, because my life's mine. I own it. And I'm not responsible for what my family does. But yeah, like, that's all I can say really about the probation system. But yeah.
Off the back of that, I think it depends who your probation officer is, because you do get some cool ones. Like my probation officer at the moment, they've been all right with me. They've just lowered my risk to medium risk. And so it's like now I have to go every month. So it's like they've been decent with me. Do you know, they've never given me an issue. Do you know what I mean? But in the past I've had shitty probation officers, so I totally get that.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
What's amazing is that you've been low to medium risk, yeah, and you're every month. Now I was a cat. Like, was it cat? C.
Yeah.
Now when I come out, they meant to see me. What was it? Once a week at the beginning. Now by now I should be on the same as you every month. I'm still every 2 weeks. And that's what I mean. It's like, why am I every 2 weeks? I've not done nothing. I'm not a risk. And what I've done, like, my offence was not something that was harmful to anybody. It was something that was illegal, obviously, but that's what I was in jail for. But now it's like I'm being judged. And to be honest, I don't mind being judged because it's natural. Judgment is not an abnormal thing, because that's a part of human nature. You're supposed to judge, like, I need to know whether if I'm going to do something, is it going to be risky or not? And that's determined on a person or a scenario, right? But when you're doing a job and you're using your judgment to go and start tampering with someone's life, that's why I feel like it's a bit wrong. Because, you know what I mean?
But that goes back to what I said. It depends on your officer, and yours is obviously not dealing with you correct.
So what's your probation officer saying about, like, delinquent nation and stuff like that?
So
because, you know, sometimes they press you to get, like, a job, like.
So they actually saw it, and he brought it to me basically. Like, he was like, "So what's your podcast?" And I was like, "How do you know about the podcast?" kind of thing. Yeah. And then they was like, "Yeah, we've seen it. It's good work, whatever." And they've kind of, so at first it was kind of like, in order to go down from high to medium, you need to get a job, like, you know. But obviously this is my job, do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. I've got loads
like
of
self-employed.
And I've got loads of other things that I'm doing other than just the podcast, but to do with Delinquent Nation as well. And he brought that, so basically he was happy with that, but the managers was like, well, we can't lower him to medium or whatever. But I've been working on a project that I'm working on right now. A few people already know about it. I don't really want to disclose it yet, but he's proper interested in it. He wants to kind of get that into the probation system. He also wanted me to go in, because they were doing some probation, like, you know, when they train probation.
Training,
and he wanted me to go there to help out on how they should do their job, basically. So because of all of these things, and I've been coming every week, because I've never been on bi-weekly, but I've been, or bi-monthly, wherever it is, but it's been every week since I've been out, and then literally next week is the last time, then after that is monthly. So it just got lowered, so it's
That's
been,
good,
That's really good.
So, Parice, what's going on?
Yeah, no, I'm due to start a job. The reference was taking forever to go through. Apart from that, I've just been getting ready to move house.
Yeah, I know about that situation.
I've graduated. Well, I graduated. Did I graduate when we did? Yeah, no, I did graduate. Yeah, graduated. That's pretty much it. COVID is just
shut everything down.
Yeah, it's just shut everything down. So there's only so much we can do.
I've seen since you did the podcast, a lot of people have reached out to you.
Yeah, I've actually got a meeting tomorrow for a charity that works with young women.
Yeah.
So they want me to go there and talk to the young, I think they're like at the last year of their school or something like that.
Yeah.
So they want me to go there and talk to them about like my experience, and don't know exactly what it is that they want from me just yet, hence why my meeting's tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that is kind of what you've wanted to do anyways, isn't it? You're kind of, you're into that and you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely very passionate about the community.
Yeah. So, other than that, you've just been obviously doing that work. I saw you on Sean Atwood's.
Yeah, no, I was on Sean Atwood's. Yeah, that was last year now. So
was that last year?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I haven't really done anything since then. To be fair, I've just been keeping a low profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sick. All right, what we should do is get into the game now. Obviously, you can take the lead on this.
Yeah.
And then I'll put my 2 pence in as well.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, the cards come with a guidance, so it's about 60 pages long. So it's just because when it comes to crime, everyone has an opinion, which is fine. But a lot of people, like I said, it's an emotionally led opinion. It's not factual. It's not rational.
Also, the media.
Yeah. And they go by even films that they see.
Yeah.
Media, they'll pick up the one story of their friend's cousin's uncle, and they'll run with it. Like that's just what happens. And it's not the case. And the thing is, that's applicable even to me. Like, obviously, I've got loads of experience now, but sometimes I have to check myself to make sure that my biases and my personal views don't interfere when I sort of like work with people, because it's bound to happen, we're human, but it's just, I wanted something that can keep opinions out of the matter, and you can just sort of like go by, research, academic research, lived experience, testimony. So with the guidance, it's sent via email, and it looks at every single card, and it basically addresses the cards. So there's different points, and it just addresses the cards in different ways, and then there's a little bibliography so that you can research for yourself.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I think obviously once they've given their answer, you can then say what the guidance says if you know.
Yeah. I might not remember it off by I'll here and there. Yeah. So how it works is that you both flip over the first card, and whoever has the lowest number has to answer both scenarios. Go for it.
I feel like I'm being set up here.
You can
you have to
can
lay it
place
down
them.
there.
Yeah, you have to lay it down.
Yeah, that's you then.
So that's you.
Yeah.
What does it say? Or should I read it? I think I'll read it.
Oh, you're gonna yeah. That's cool.
Describe 3 things you like and 3 things you dislike about your lifestyle. That's a good question.
That's good. I'll say 3 things that I like. I like the fact that I've taken more. I'm more aware now of what I do. So it's like it's not even every minute, it's every second of the day. I'm aware of everything I'm doing, even if I'm drunk. Like now, I know I'm joking. I'm not drunk now. But I mean, I'm just more aware of what I'm doing, and I like the fact that I did not let go of. When I was very young, I've always been a nice person. Like, I'm not trying to say it like as being arrogant and being, I'm a nice person, but it's just like what I've heard from people. I've always tried to like give people the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance at least, regardless if whatever happens, if somebody messed me over or whatever, I'll still give somebody else the benefit of the doubt because they're not the same person. And another thing that I like is the fact that, I'm having a better relationship with my family. Not saying my dad, because obviously we've had a clash, but saying with the rest of my family, I've had a really good relationship, and I'm being able to rekindle things. But is it 3 things that I don't like as well?
Yeah, 3 things
Right,
I dislike.
So 3 things I dislike is some of the people that are still sort of in my life, and that's not family-wise, that's like friends that I don't need in my life.
Associates.
Associates that I'm trying to get rid of, but the thing is because they're so sort of closely
close knitted.
Exactly, close knitted, and I've known for so long, it's very hard to sort of kick them off. Another thing that I don't like is, I mean, I'm quite opinionated sometimes, and
100%.
I have to be careful sometimes because I have to step back sometimes and actually think, you know what, let me listen, because I know that I have strong opinions about certain things, but I like to hear what other people say, and sometimes I think I can overshadow what other people want to say, and maybe people get fed up. They think, you know what, I'm going to say what I really think because he ain't going to listen, you know, and...
Just off the back of that, yeah, me and him used to go at it on the prison yard with discussion.
Oh, you used to clash.
Clash, yeah, because he's got his opinion. I'm very opinionated myself, so I have my opinion, and then we'll go back and forth, until the point. But with me, I think I stuck at it, but until the point we just like, you know what, forget it.
But that's why we
Agree to
click,
disagree.
Yeah, we do click, yeah.
because we understand that even though we have a debate about something, it's not like we have any hard feelings. Like, so, you know, some people have arguments like, oh, now listen, I'm going to whack you. It's like, we weren't like that. It's like, we could understand that, okay, you got your opinion, I got mine, and we could agree to disagree, or we could still talk about it and then be like, okay, no, I actually get where you're coming from. Yeah. It's not, I'm not like changing my opinion, but I actually understand where you're coming from and it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And actually respect that person's opinion.
Yeah.
But anyway, the last thing, because I want to get off this, because I know you're going to ask me another question as well.
Yeah.
What are you going to lose again?
Nah. But the other thing I don't like is basically how my mom always says to me, stop trying to be a hero, stop trying to save people. And I'm not ever trying to be a hero, but it's like sometimes I get myself in predicaments because I see people being mistreated and I'll get involved and I'm like, no, why are you doing that to a person? And maybe I end up getting in a madness that I shouldn't even be involved in. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be in them situations, but for me personally, I just feel like it just irritates me. Like, it's just part of my nature. Like, I can't stand there and watch a woman or even a man getting mistreated by whoever for no reason when that person's generally, you know, being a genuine person, and then that person's just trying to take the piss. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice. But then my mum says, listen, you got to leave it. And that's how life is. It's like you see an animal getting freaking, like a fox eating a freaking rabbit, and you're going to go punch the fox and be like, what are you doing? What are you eating that rabbit for? Like that rabbit was not doing nothing to you. Do you know what I mean? You have to just let things go, live and let die.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I gotta sort of balance it out. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's just flip another one.
Oh yeah,
The other
you have to ask the other one as well. That's what I was saying.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Oh, what, he's got to answer both of them?
Yeah. So if you lose, you have to answer both scenarios.
Yeah. Oh, that's cold. All right.
Yeah, it's cold.
Your best friend asks you to hold a bag for them. You think the bag contains a weapon. What do you do?
You know, this is tough for me, man, because you said my best friend, didn't it?
Yeah, your best friend.
So now, if it's my best friend, of course, I'm probably going to do it because it's my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to hide it somewhere. I'm going to make sure they ain't going to get caught. But I shouldn't do that. Technically, I shouldn't do it. But if it's my best friend, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to get away with it because I'm going to hide it somewhere. I'm going to give it back to them in time and whatever. But I should not do that. Realistically, by law, I should be like, no, I'm not going to have nothing to do with it because obviously then I'm now freaking tied in. I'm now an accessory to whatever. But
I think with that card, there's a few things to unpick. First of all, it says best friend for a reason. So it's like, obviously it's harder because it's your best friend, but would your best friend put you in that position?
Probably
and
not.
Then there's another thing as well, in terms of a lot of kids that are, I don't like the term gang affiliated, but that are put down on paper as gang affiliated, there's a hierarchy. So it's just like, you can't approach certain people and be like, oh, hold that for me, because that would be a disrespect. Do you know what I mean? So then there's that angle as well, where the person who's being asked should know that they're being perceived a certain way already, just for the simple fact that they were asked the question. Then there's another dynamic, if it was, you can go in terms of like women holding stuff for their boyfriends and stuff like that, which is a completely different dynamic, which obviously you spoke about.
But where I'm from, right, where like my area, because obviously in London, I know there's like, to be honest, it seems like in London there's a lot of different unwritten rules. But in where I'm from, it's more like, say if my friend, he's got some heat on him and he's like, listen, like, hold this for me, you know what I mean, then we're going to do it. And it's not like I'm going to use it for anything, but I know that no heat on me, I keep it, he gets away with it,
Yeah, like it happens.
Sort of thing. Do you get
And
what I'm
the
saying?
thing is, it depends how old the person you're playing with is. If it's a 15-year-old, they've probably, most kids in London probably have been through that situation or known of someone who has. You know, if you're talking to someone who's just gone to jail when they're like 40 for tax evasion, that's not applicable. Do you know what I mean? So it depends. And then, so in the guidance, it also talks about joint enterprise and indictments and being attached to cases and things like that, because that can happen very easily. I'm not going to go into it now because we'll be here forever. But and you've spoken about it quite a bit. But so in terms of the guidance, you'd have a whole heap of research about joint enterprise, even though things have changed now. But you know, you can still get indicted to a case just for being present or just holding. And then when it comes to women as well, the doubly deviant theory, where like you could be holding something for your man, but you're likely to get as much, if not more, time in jail, even though you weren't the sort of like the instigator, if that makes sense.
That's the thing that irritates me when I hear man saying about, even on these songs, they get to hold up. Like there's some songs that when they talk about how having a girl to hold something for you, and I'm like, bro, you're not a man. Why are you gonna have a girl hold something for you, and you're gonna put that girl that you're supposedly like? If you care for somebody, why you put them in danger? If it's my sister, am I gonna say, oh yeah, sister, hold that for me? Yeah. If you're gonna ride for me, no.
Some men do.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not
Some
a
men
man.
do.
That's not a man. Though.
Yeah, no, it's not a man.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you. I agree
I'd like
with
to know
you.
your opinion on it because you've actually gone through this.
Yeah, no. I just look at it like it's pure selfish. That's just it.
Exactly.
Selfish and inconsiderate. You know, manipulative, like you just said. Yeah, it's
psychopathic.
Yeah,
It's psychopathic because they're thinking, I'm gonna play on your emotions to get what I want.
Yeah.
Get me out of my that's being a psychopath.
Yeah.
I think the thing is with men in that situation, they play on status a lot, like the status of the girl and the position that she holds within the couple, but also in terms of everyone else around them. So yeah, there's a lot of manipulation that sort of comes into play with it.
But that's weak.
One of the things my ex used to say to me, I don't trust anybody else, I only trust you. And you're like, oh, you only trust me.
Yeah,
you know, that's it.
a
But
good point.
looking back as an older person now, I'm like,
Yeah.
stupid.
Or little things like, oh, but you knew I was about that life. So
Exactly. Yeah.
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 I think I've heard it all.
Yeah.
I don't understand what type of life is that then that you're about. Because that's not any life. You're not living life. You're not living. Like,
Yeah, but picture you're 17 years old.
I know, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's the
Like,
excitement.
It's your
the
first
rush.
love, and you're just like, hee. He's cute, and
Back row
you
G,
get
yeah.
roped in.
Especially when you're young, you find. I mean, when I was 17, I used to find like, you know, boys that's into not necessarily gang stuff, but you know, like robbing houses. That sort of like, oh, it used to give me like, you know, a little kick. But now I'm just like, oh hell no, no, you can't bring
Now
none of
you're
that
just
near
like,
me.
no.
Yeah.
But of course, when you're young, yeah, it's different. When you're young, it's like you're experiencing life. Like it's like you see fire, I want to put my hand in it.
Yeah, everything's an
Yeah.
experience.
You just learning. There's nothing wrong with like you know you fall down, you get back up, and then I've learned from that. You move on. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when you keep making the same mistake, yeah, and then it's like, listen, it's madness.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta learn. Okay, no, that's not the right way to go about it. And there's guys out there that might still have that same presence of they're bad, but they know how to treat a woman. Do you know what I mean? They know how to be like, you know what, actually, fair enough, I'm doing my dirt or whatever, that's on me. But my woman, she ain't gonna... And I know so many men, like, because I grew up with olders, and the olders that I knew that went and did dirt, it's like they will never ever put anything like that on their wife
family,
or their family.
Yeah.
But it's only since the younger generation come up now, it's like they hear all these songs like, oh, do this, do that, it don't matter. It's like, mate, like, no, what's wrong with you? Like, you don't do that, especially to a woman.
Devil's advocate on that one. You know, I think some guys, even though I've never given drugs to my girl or my exes or whatever to hold or whatever. I've never done that. But some guys are actually under the illusion that, you know, you're a girl, you're not going to get stopped.
Yeah.
They actually believe that they don't think they're putting you in danger because they don't believe it. And there was a situation I was in, like, where when I was walking through the bits and that, there was these CIDs that would always stop us. So we had one of my white friends, but he was like, he was mandem, but he was white. So it was like, I said to him, yo, can you hold this? Because they're not going to stop you. And lo and behold, it was about a minute later, CID pulled up, they stopped all of us, and he was on the other side of the road, and they left him.
Yeah.
And literally, and it wasn't because it wasn't a thing where I didn't rate him. It was because I believed in my head. They're not going to stop you as do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's just, it's not to say like, there is different angles to it, you know what I'm saying?
That's you analysing a situation.
That's like a risk assessment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's about the moment as well. When you have people coming on a prison visit and they've got food up in the nappies and all of that, that's not
bad,
to go over the moment. And then you're moaning about social services and it's just like...
you can't even do that. I've never...
Any person that asks their partner to put drugs in their child's nappy, you're scum. I'm sorry.
People, even in my area right now, they moan about social services, but it's like, and they're shotting shit, and it's like, but why are you moaning about social services when you're shotting? You can't even, and the thing is, they can't even shot. Like, they owe their person money, It's like, but why are you doing it? You owe somebody money, but you're saying, oh, I'm so good at doing what I'm doing. But you're not good at it because you owe the person money. You're just making an illusion. Now you're crying because social services is coming to your door, but then you just want to make it look like you're all this, but it's not benefiting you looking like that. Like, just be real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be real, be straight up, because all you're doing is damaging yourself. You're hurting yourself, no one else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And the community. That's one of the reasons why I don't like drug dealing. Like, obviously I was involved with what I was involved with, but for me, it's just like, it really fucks up communities. And it's only our communities that we're fucking up as well.
Exactly.
It's only our communities that we're fucking up.
It destroys just entire areas.
And the thing is, people, they try to make out, like, the thing is, the reason why a lot of people like to go in drug dealing, is they think that it's like a boss movement, like it's hard. It's not hard. Drug dealing is probably the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
You don't need no TV to do it. You don't need it's the easiest thing ever to do. Yeah. What's hard to do is to get an actual job, to actually start working, to actually go and start learning, and doing something, or to start up your own business. That's hard. Yeah. But then they want to make out like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur, mate. You just want to sit on your ass and get somebody to come and pick something off for you for some dough.
I can understand if you end up being like El Chapo. Fair enough, innit?
Yeah.
But it's just that...
But they ain't, though.
It's not...
For me, I feel like for an example, like with NWA, like, what are they called? Ice Cube and, like the way they started their music thing was through like a little bit of drug money. But for me, I feel like some of these drug dealers... I have no choice. I have to do it to get up out of the hood. No. So why are you still here? Because you're showing off in front of your hood. You're still here.
They don't know how to invest.
Your mum's still got carpet down from 25 years ago. Like, what are you doing? You know.
The thing is as well, when they keep saying, "Oh, I didn't have it easy. I didn't have this. I didn't have that." There's people in the ends that make it, and you can't attribute their success to luck alone. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's just, you can't.
Yeah.
Even SB knows how many times when I was turning you inside, when I kept saying about how people talk about in UK, they don't have opportunity and stuff, and I kept saying to you, I went to Nigeria. Remember, I kept saying to you, in Nigeria, you got people on the street. They've been born with nothing. No family, no one's there. They're by themselves, and they somehow are making it. They're having to beg, they're having to do something. And some of them people come over to the UK and get a job and start working and have a house and they have business there. And then you have got the privilege of living in the UK, And I'm talking to the black individuals especially, because they're the ones that their families have brought them over here to give them a better life. But then you still come in here saying you have it hard. But actually you don't. Round the corner, there's probably a place you can go, like a community centre, or a place you could, like, if you actually open your eyes, like in Nigeria, they say to you, shine your eyes. When you go there, shine your eyes, as in open your eyes and have a look, because there's things out there. But here, people close their eyes and want to listen to all the conspiracy and lies and all these other bullshit instead of trying to look for their own.
I don't know. I feel 50-50.
Yeah.
I feel 50-50.
I'm not total agree, because it is subjective, innit? So you're saying that because maybe you've gone to Nigeria and you've seen that it's more difficult. And
okay, but how many of your brethren, when the parents find out that they're doing something and they send them back home, and they come back and they change?
No, but
because they get to realize what they've got.
Let me finish. That is totally subjective, because there's someone that's grown up in England that's like obviously looking at how everyone else is thriving, and a lot of the thriving is bullshit, like the Instagram stuff, but they're seeing everyone else doing all right. But then this guy can't even buy a pair of trainers. He's got the same trainers on for years. To him, that's his struggle.
Yeah.
But obviously to someone in Nigeria, wait, hold on. Someone in Nigeria would be like, that's not a struggle. At least you got something to cover your feet with. But that's why it's subjective, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like to that person, that's of course. Because then
that's shallow though.
No.
You're not how.
It's not shallow. You have to remember
It
we're
is.
part of a Western society.
Because you're
so
telling
like
me-
see like how the class triangle is.
No, but you're telling
like
me
for us
that shoes are more important than what's going in my belly.
No, it's
like
it's not,
no,
it's-
no.
that's
Exactly.
the-
No. But what you have to remember is that shoes are like they're a necessity. We live in a Western society.
not a necessity.
Same as Wi-Fi is a necessity.
You can buy shoes
Because-
for £5. You can buy shoes for £10. But just because you want to buy the latest Air Max that's over 100 and odd quid.
nobody's saying the latest.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
what it is though.
Yeah,
That
nobody's
is what
saying
it is,
that.
though.
But my
That's the
whole
truth.
point is that
Paris land. Yeah.
so like for an example, like have you ever heard of like they keep saying children are below the poverty line? Like we keep hearing that in the news lately.
But it's bullshit.
I don't think it is though.
It is.
Because you have, for an example, so like you're saying about getting a job. Some people, for an example, my mum worked most of my life. Most of my life. But my mum was a single parent.
My mum's a single parent.
My mum worked minimum wage.
My mum done that.
Yeah.
And she's an
But-
accountant and she works for the NHS. She's head of the
Yeah, but my mum's not academically smart though. My
Yeah.
mum's more...
But academic.
Wait, let me finish my point.
Yeah,
Basically,
finish your point, yeah.
what I'm saying is that, so in order for you to apply for a job, you need Wi-Fi. Now, if you do...
No, you can
You
go to the
do.
library.
Dude, right
Yeah,
now.
you do. Yeah, you can go to a library, but within a Western society, if that's the number one thing that you need in order to get by
No.
and move on to the next stage.
You can go to the
then-
library or you can get a phone and the phone has 4G on it
I think-
and you
I
can
think-
use a phone.
Yeah,
There's
but what if you
always a
can't
way
afford
around
credit?
it.
What if you can't afford credit?
But you can afford credit because if you go on the dole, you got enough money to put credit.
You
Like
get
that's what I mean.
£411 a
So
month.
the thing
Exactly.
that-
So you
that-
can take
Universal
£10
credit.
of that, £10 of that, or £5 and put it on your phone. And
How long that's lasting you?
Yeah, but how long is that lasting?
it doesn't need to.
And then
last that long. It needs to
also,
last long enough for you to get your.
what you also
for
have to
apply.
consider as well is that there are like 2-parent households where they're working full time and they're still going to food banks. Why is that?
That's
The thing is
because
also,
of that's
like,
their choice.
It's not their choice, though.
You're talking about like little intricacies, but what Parice is referring to, it's like it's called relative deprivation. What that means is in a Western society or in a very modern, very rich society, you will have everything is blasted in your face in terms of what you need to be or to have to be successful. Wait a second. So people grow up with the idea that success is what they've got access to. So, for
Materialistic.
example, yeah, in London.
Which is bullshit.
It's very, yeah, but that's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. It's the truth.
You said before, that you're gonna start to
It's,
listen.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Let me just finish. So, what relative deprivation is that everything's advertised in a Western society as monetary gains, material things. And if you, for example, if you go down Upper Street in Angel, it's an affluent area. Yeah, to be successful, look at the cars, look at the shops, look at the prices of everything. Yeah, but then you could be from around the corner in an estate in Holloway, and you will see that as success. Let me finish.
I'm letting you finish. I ain't gonna say nothing, but
Yeah, but you're twitching.
Yeah.
I'm just twitching because
So, and you will see that if you fail to have all those things,
Then you ain't shit.
yeah, but at the same time, I grew up in another country, so I get what you're saying in terms of London is privileged because people who come to London who didn't have as much back home, like for me, it's like if you can't make it in London, like, you know,
but
you can't make it at all. But actually it's different because the threshold is completely different.
what you're saying with your whole relative deprivation, right? Now, this is self-inflicted. It sounds like to me because relative deprivation is a psychological sort of thing. It's like what you're seeing and observing. You're now using that to go and determine what you think wealth is. Now, realistically, if you want to go and find out what wealth is, go and find a mentor who's going to tell you really what wealth is. Now, Bill Gates and freaking people that actually have money, right?
But they had money to begin with.
No, they didn't have money to begin with. No, they didn't. So you're
Most of
telling me
them do.
Richard Branson had money to begin with?
But the thing
No,
is,
he's like
you're
1 in a
talking as
million,
an
but
No,
adult.
even
he's not 1 in
still-
a million. Alan Sugar, did he have money to begin with? No.
No, but he came from a decent background.
No. There's so many people that have come up that you don't even know about. Yeah. Now let me tell you something. Most of those people understand that materialistic things do not give you wealth. What gives you wealth is investment. What gives you wealth is what you put back into the world. Yeah. When you help people out and when you're actually doing something that you enjoy. Why do you think they keep saying? If
I
you
agree
enjoy
with
what
you.
you're
I
doing,
agree with
disagreeing
you.
with-
But
no
at
one's
the
saying
same
that.
time, what you
But
have to
I
remember is
understand
that the
what
way
you're
Western
saying.
society is not a case of, oh, we do good. Nobody gives a fuck about doing good.
No, people do.
I don't think they do.
That's the illusion that you think.
I don't think they do. Because
that's the younger ones.
The reason why I say that is because right now we have a conservative government in power. If people gave a fuck about other people, we would not have that government in power.
Yeah. No.
We wouldn't. Because they're just slashing.
Listen, I don't care about the government. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like people is like in human nature. If you do something good for somebody, you think they don't care about that. They'll think about it. Yeah. Anything you do, the thing is, you're going by some social illusion. Yeah, there's a lot of illusion put out there that the government even pumps out there because they want divide and conquer is the oldest form that they've used to conquer people, right? Mm-hmm. They want you to look at somebody's skin color. They don't want you to look at someone's hair color, someone's size, someone's this, someone's that. Or instead of you thinking, you know what? Let me hold the door open for that person. Let them go through the door. Oh, I see that person's unhappy. What's going on, mate? How you doing? They don't want you to talk to people. In London, yeah, London is the most freaking... You got the most people in London, but they're the most sort of boxed off people. Like, that's because
of the rat race. Money.
Race, but I just walked down to the pub and I was down the pub talking to a load of people, yeah?
Bank holiday.
You say bank holiday. No one else is talking to each other. I'm the only one talking to random people. But that's because...
That's changed over the years.
That's because of the way I am.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I'm an open person.
Definitely.
Like I'm not trying to shut people off because I'm not scared. I value people. That's the difference. People don't value humans. Yeah,
they
forget where everything comes from. A table, this whole building, everything here was made by somebody. So why would I not value a human being or value this bottle? Like, what the hell is that bottle gonna do for me? It's not gonna give me a hug, is it?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, so what I think is like, we'll just get on to the next thing afterwards. But what I think is, obviously you got a good point. I heard that. But at the end of the day, everyone measures their success differently. Everyone measures their deprivations differently. If everyone looked at the world like you, that makes sense. I hear what you're saying. If everyone looked at the world like you, like, you know, there's everyone else living worse. Wait, hold on. Unfortunately,
for a week.
Yeah, afterwards.
Okay.
When I'm done my point, innit? Unfortunately, the world is just not like that because my success might be. Like you said, my success might be to house my family and buy their houses for them and da-da-da-da. Your success might be just to fucking have a Gucci bag. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everyone's success is measured differently. If everyone looked at the world like you, then probably it would be a better place. But nobody does that, and that's just the reality of things.
Well, that's not true, though. You think
when I say nobody does that, I'm talking about.
If that's not how the world runs. That's not how the world works. Conquer, just like you said.
Yeah, it's not
exactly.
Yeah.
There's one point I want to hit, and this is what I want to say. I think people, like, see, back in the day, people did not rely too much on community and government and all that. People nowadays, they feel like they're owed something by the government. When it's like, listen, okay, we can complain about the community, but what can I do?
I'm gonna come in.
Yeah, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But listen, you can go anywhere in the UK, you can go and find people, you can talk to people. There's people all around you. You don't know what.
It's a question of mindset.
The thing is, exactly, that's what I'm saying, is mindset. So it's no one else's fault but your own, because it's your own mindset. You need to open it up.
It's kind of like when people talk about, we've got to rehabilitate prisoners, rehabilitation. Some people, there was nothing there to rehabilitate in the first place. There was nothing there before prison because of the level of deprivation that they went through, the lack of education. Unfortunately, some people are also not very intelligent. Yeah. So what do you want to rehabilitate? There was nothing there.
Yeah.
So it depends. That's applicable. I don't disagree, but it's applicable to certain people.
Like the rehabilitation, but the rehabilitation is not necessarily just, like, it depends what you mean by rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is just basically trying to get somebody on like a level playing field, right? So technically, maybe they might need to rehabilitate them, but they're just using the wrong tools to rehabilitate them with. You know, they're not actually listening to the person. They're just looking at a piece of paper and saying, oh, so I can see this about them. But then when they talk to them, they're a totally different person to what that paper says. And they're not looking at that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why I believe in holistic rehabilitation.
Yeah, well, because otherwise...
Which is much better. Yeah.
Should we pick another card then?
Another card.
No, I want to step in on your point where you said about that the government, some people think that the government owe us stuff. In my view, yes, they do. They do owe us.
I'm not saying they don't though.
No, I think that they do owe us.
But I'm saying
100%. Like, for an example, so like this whole, go get yourself educated, you'll get a better job. I'm in 94 grand's worth of debt because I wanted to educate myself.
Of course.
Because I come from a poor background. How is that fair? The level field is not.
Let me ask you a question.
Is not at the same level.
What about this though? Okay, I see a baby cow.
94 grand for a piece of paper.
Yeah, but I see a baby.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Okay. How about this though? You see a cow, yeah, producing a calf, yeah, and that calf's getting killed to go and be for the food for your plate, yeah. What about that? Do they not? Do we not owe them animals something then? Do you get what I'm saying? The world is not fair, but the animals get on with it. That's why I say that I take my inspiration from animals because like,
yeah, but
if animals had an opinion, they would. If they had mouths to speak, they would tell you this is fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But they wouldn't because
they're gonna say like, yeah, kill me.
But they do have.
I want to feed you.
Hold on 1 minute. But they do have mouths to speak. But they communicate in their own way amongst each other, and they get on with it.
Speak in our language,
and they evolve and they adapt. The only thing is, the only reason why we complain a lot instead of just thinking, you know what, okay, this is shitty, but you know what, I'm gonna see what I can do to get out of it or to do my own thing. Because when you
because we have no choice. We have no choice. That's the thing, though, because that's how the government has made it.
What do you mean?
Like, you have no choice but to persevere through hardship.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna persevere, then actually persevere and look for the opportunities that.
But then you have to remember as well, there's a lot of wars through when you're trying to persevere. Like, for an example, remember when you said you first came out and you said you wanted to do the SCS card?
Oh yeah,
and I couldn't do that either as well.
Exactly.
CSCS card.
CSCS card, yeah, exactly.
I did that one actually.
So it was like,
I wanted to do the bouncer one, but they wouldn't let me do that.
Exactly. Why is that?
Because of my criminal record.
What is your criminal record?
Bingo.
Yeah, but the thing is,
things come against you, bro. I couldn't do my CSCS. Even I know a murderer that's done CSCS in jail. He's back. Do you know what I'm saying? He managed to do that.
Painting and decorating people's homes.
Yeah, but one thing you should
when I came out,
never put yourself, never freaking compare yourself to someone else. Yeah?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there are walls in it. Do you know what I'm saying? There are walls that come up and there are things. But anyway, we spent too much time on this topic. Let's go on to the next one.
Boom.
You have to put it face.
I don't even
win this one, yeah.
No, but you have.
Listen.
Oh, that's Parice.
What's ace? Is that always winning anyway?
Yeah.
That's not fair again.
Oh, you got the question that we just spoke about.
Yeah. I'll read it if you want.
Go on.
Paddy quoi?
Would you snitch if you knew someone had raped somebody?
That's for you.
I would.
You would, yeah?
1000%. Yes.
Yeah. Of course I would. If someone come and told me, of course, why would I not? Like, come on.
So for when I draw that card with the guys that I play with, they tend to say, "I'll take care of it myself."
No, but
let me finish. But
what I was gonna say is the problem is the wording. That is the problem. I think is because you say
no, but telling is snitching though. Snitching.
No, but it's no.
But I don't
people
look at
need
that
to
as
stop saying
snitching.
snitching.
I don't look at that as snitching.
So in terms of the guidance, it would address what is snitching, how has snitching changed over the years, what's the difference between like,
snitching is informing the police.
Yeah.
End of. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Even
but
though
for
the
me,
word
I
is a
feel
bit
like
derogatory, I know what you mean. The word is a bit.
If you're a law-abiding citizen, you're not.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You're not snitching.
And then in terms of, and then the guidance will also look at the level of rape convictions, how bad it is specifically in the UK and why. It will look at people who say they want to take matters into their own hands, why it's detrimental to a police investigation and a conviction. So the guidance will like unpick quite a few things.
But there is a lot of problems with that type of side of the criminal justice system when it comes to that type of
like witness testimonies.
Exactly, because at the same time, you've got a lot of people that's making false allegations. You've got a lot of people that are making true allegations. It's like right there is like muggy water.
Yeah, but that's a myth, to be honest, because in terms of people making false rape claims, it does happen. But people always love to shine the light on, oh, she said da-da-da. I know one guy who da-da-da. The bottom line is the false rape claims, like the level of false rape claims is like very small.
Yeah.
And people, the media, the way in which advertisement is done, always like to put the focus on women lie about rape.
Yeah.
But
no, that's not right.
But the thing is, it's even like, for example, things to do with like, or like, you know, when you go home and you're drunk. You know, so you'll get ads thinking like that will say like, oh, a certain level of rapes are because the person was intoxicated. So you're putting blame, you're victim blaming.
Yeah, victim blaming. Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of issues when it comes to because when that card comes up, there's every single time, but my brethren and it wasn't true. Were you there? No.
But the thing is though, a lot, this is the issue though, when it comes to like rape, sexual abuse, a lot, it is probably true most of the time, but when in terms of like collecting evidence, just because somebody's been found not guilty doesn't necessarily mean that they're not guilty. That's true. You know? So when guys are, but my friend...
No. And the thing is...
Have a look at who your friend is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also, I'm sorry, but if your friend is in a lineup 24/7...
What do you mean? Like line up, like what was that?
Like you know, like we'll go and like run train on a.
No. See, I don't agree with that crap at all.
No, but what I'm saying is that if you have specific guys that love that off,
that's disgusting.
And then they tend to be the ones that
do this sort of shit,
that do that kind of stuff.
You can't.
And then they're like, oh no, but she was a skirt.
No.
And it's just like. No, you're just.
And that's what I said about. And that goes back to my point about having value for human beings. Yeah, this is the problem. People, you need to have value for human beings, no matter what gender they are. Yeah, you got a mum. Yeah, you got a sister. If you've not got a sister, you've 100% got a mum. Yeah, and that mum is being there for you. You say, "Oh, I love my mum." If somebody says, "Your mum," you're gonna go and whack the guy. Yeah, but then you're happy to go and freaking rape some girl or go and do something. Nah, she's a scared. Shut up, man. I don't want to hear that nonsense no more with that laptop talk. With them laptop lips, yeah? No more. Yeah? Serious. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's dead. What's the other card?
Yeah, the other card is, I'll read this one for you, P. Do you think girls have it easier or more difficult than boys when it comes to crime? This is brilliant for you.
No, I don't. I think women have it worse.
When it comes to crime?
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with what she's saying.
So. Yeah.
Sorry. I just need to understand the question. So
yeah, that's the point that I would,
So it's the questions are vague on purpose because then it opens up for debate. So what I meant by that is that a lot of people, especially younger men, will say, oh, she can hold that, she won't get searched, she won't get stopped, oh, it's easy, she'll do a 2, do half, when I'll do a 8, do half, and and they always think that women have it easier, like, oh, you can you just look at the Fed when you're getting stopped and he'll let you off because you're pretty, or you won't get done for this and that because you're cute, or just flatter your eyelashes, like this goes on 24/7. Oh, but you're right because you're pretty, so it's fine. And actually, as I'm sure you were going to say, in terms of the doubly deviant theory and everything like that, women are prosecuted twice as worse for violent and sexual offences because they're not only betraying the laws of society, but they're betraying the laws of femininity. Yeah,
that's what I was about to say, It's a case of... when a woman commits a crime, it's like, wow. Yeah. But when a man does it, like, boys will be boys. That's kind of how it is. And then, like, in terms of, like, moving on from the criminal justice system, they're like, oh, you've gone in prison. What? Yeah. Wow, I wouldn't think it. Like, what, because I'm a woman?
Yeah. I know a girl that she went prison, and, like, I know her and whatever, and she used to tell me, like, and I used to notice that this happened to her, and I don't know why people used to say it. And I used to think that would be like, oh yeah, she went to prison, or she will bang you out, this, that. And when I spoke to her, personally on a 1-to-1 level, she goes, I don't know why they always say that I'll bang, because she was not like that. She would not bang no one out. You know what I mean? She wouldn't do that. But everybody always say, oh yeah, she went to prison, she'll bang you out. And it's like, but she ain't gonna do that. Like, and
it's also a case of as well as because women, because like we carry children, we're always looked at like we're supposed to be the maternal ones, and we act, we're supposed to be emotional and not we're supposed to abide by the law, like, so it's crazy.
In court, if a woman's acting like a woman, so she's crying her eyes out, she's shouting, she's moving mad, she will be more likely to get off, whereas if she's just like guilty, well, she will get off more likely if she behaves like a woman, becomes irrational and emotional, and oh my God, I can't believe this happened, I would never do that, I'm a poor innocent woman. If she does all of that, she's likely to get a bit of time off because she's seen as acting like a woman and realising how wrong she was.
It's funny you say that, because when I went to court, my first appearance at court, I wore like a business Zara dress, and I was like, okay, I need to show them that, like I'm a professional, like, individual, blah, 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 blah. And my barrister actually said to me, you can't come in that. Like, you need to you look like, not like you're proud, but you kind of need to,
You need
you
to
know,
slow
lower,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then when I went to court, you know, because I thought I was getting longer, I was crying and stuff, and the
Yeah.
judge was looking at me, I feel sorry for us, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, had I gone in with like a business suit and like, you know, held my
you're
held my
strong.
head up and been like,
Yeah.
this is my charge, I'm just gonna take it, I probably would have got longer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just off the back of that, I think some judges, reason for that is some judges do look at that as being remorseful, because a lot of men will be in court, and because they're trying to bust the case, they don't want to show any remorse because they don't want to look guilty. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, I hear both of your points here, but for me, I think girls do have it easier because I was watching. Do you guys watch 24 Hours in Custody?
Yeah, I've watched that.
Did you see the
Yeah,
girl?
that was a mad episode.
Did you see the girl that was battering her boyfriend?
I was pissed off at that episode because people that don't know, not like us, but people that don't know anything about that would be like, you see, girls have it easier. That episode basically went against what actually happens.
But then if you look at the statistics for like murder, for example, a lot of women end up getting manslaughter because it was a crime of passion or and because she.
What do you mean by a crime of passion, though?
Like say a woman kills a fella, like it was emotionally thing, and obviously when a man kills, the laws are set that if it's monetary gained, you're getting over 30 years. If it's gang violence, you're getting 25 minimum.
If it's emotionally few.
But when it's like obviously with women, I know that there's women in gangs and that, but for the majority, when they kill somebody, that law isn't really. Do you know what I'm saying? It's never really for money. Women won't kill someone for money or anything.
It's usually something usually as like
someone cheating on me.
No, women don't kill for men cheating on them.
No,
it's more.
Where
I mean, in America, I do know that there's a lot of like insurance situations going on, but then there are other situations where a woman can be getting smacked around for years and years and years, and then one day she just breaks, and she murdered, and she kills him.
But they would look at the whole background.
They have to take that.
Even in terms of if you look at like the history of prison, so the oldest prison would be something. Well, it's in Ireland actually, but in London it would be Pennonville. Holloway. If you've been inside Holloway, it looks like a hospital because at the time when Holloway was built, women were considered to be mad and not bad. So you can't actually be a deviant woman. You would have to have something wrong with you. So Holloway was built like a hospital because it was just like, well, women don't do that. So she's probably just a bit mad. Let's just lock her up a bit and try and juggle her brain a little bit, and then it'll be fine. Whereas for male prisons, it's like, he's a bad man. Do you know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah.
So even the whole history and the whole approach is completely different. And then, if you've got a judge who's male, then we go into the whole bias conversation.
But I think you all got really, really good points, and I actually I love all of this right now. But I think at the same time, I don't think anyone's wrong or anyone's right. But I think you have to look more about the history of like where we've all came from, like how women were suppressed like years ago, how men were looked at. Do you know what I mean? How that's all an underlining factor, because you need to understand the people that actually run the country and all the judges and stuff like that. The history that they read is that type of history. Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is as well, if you look at let's take a bait case, and I don't want to mention names even though it's a bait case, but women who commit violent crimes are demonized in the media a lot more than men. Because more
1000%.
If you know who I'm referring to, but there was the honey trap case.
Okay.
Yeah, she basically got lifed off pretty much. So she lured a guy to get killed.
Made a movie about it, no?
Yeah, I
know the guys that had life for it. Yeah, I was enjoying them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So she lured a guy who then got killed by a group of guys. She got as much, I think, maybe a year difference or two than the guy who actually did the murder under joint enterprise. Yeah, she was demonized in the media, she's evil, she's a psychopath, she's a scare. But actually what the media didn't show is she'd been a victim of domestic violence for years and years and years. And she probably did something out of coercion and because she was scared. She's now been dipped. Do you know what I mean? And that's the story of a young girl who got violated pretty much her whole life and who got lifed off but she didn't do it. She contributed to it. I'm not saying
that's grooming on the next level.
But it happens all the time. And then in the media, it's just like she was demonized. Like you can Google her and everything you see, even when she got dipped to the Caribbean, all the tabloids, she's having a nice life, she's chilling in the sunshine. Like it's been how many years?
But what would you expect if you've deported her to the freaking Caribbean? What, she's gonna be in the rain?
And she was 16 at
you know?
the time. She was 16 at
yeah,
the time.
she was.
I think it's been about 14 years.
Yeah.
But of course, this is what the media does. Though.
ridiculous.
Like the thing is,
The media is God right now.
the media is not.
Media
God.
is. I'm telling
The
you,
media
it's
is a strong.
God.
They're strong, right?
It's
but the
God.
thing is, it's like the media is only as powerful as you let them be in your own mind. Like that's the truth about it. Like some people can use the negative press and they make money. Look at like for instance that Logan Paul and all them. Yeah, they're making so much money from the media from everybody hating them. Yeah, everybody hates them now, but they know that and they're using it to benefit their own social media and their own pockets. Yeah. And that's the thing, like people are so oblivious to actually what goes on. They actually feed into this whole theatrical play that people do. Yeah, and if you're not strong enough and you've not got a strong enough mind to understand, you know what, the media's going to say whatever they're going to say. Yeah, some people might chat shit. So what? That's life. Like whatever you're going to do, people are going to judge you, yeah? The media puts a magnifying glass and then brings out certain things and makes it negative or positive, right? But that's what's like Michael Jordan, yeah? Michael Jordan was a fantastic player, but there was another guy, what's his name? He was even a better player than Michael Jordan, but because Michael Jordan was more in light, yeah, Michael Jordan got all of the press and everything. But the other guy, I forgot what his name was. I'll remember once soon anyway. I'll probably bring up later. But he never got none of it, and he was getting paid less, even though he was making more money. I mean, he was making more baskets. He was bringing the team up, but he got paid less than all the other players. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what media does.
Yeah, that's why I say media is God.
Yeah.
But they're not God.
Literally. No, obviously, I'm not saying literal. I'm saying like...
I know what you mean.
With the media, sorry, I forgot, what was your name?
Leela.
Leela.
I don't think I even...
Yeah, cut that out because it's rude. Yeah, like Leela was saying, like, see, for an example, if you look at my media representation of me, I was a drugs mule, I bragged about making money. That wasn't the situation at all. With the media, they're very powerful on, how we make decisions and stuff like that. Even in terms of, like, comparing a black boy to a white boy. Yeah. Look at the white boy that killed the black boy. I think it was about 2 years ago. Maybe about a year, 2 years ago.
But the thing is...
They said teen kills. If it's a black boy, thug kills, gang member kills.
Yeah, but you say...
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You say the media, like the media is...
But what you have to remember is...
Do you get what I'm saying?
What you have to remember is, though, with the media... So, I don't know what your setup is like where you live, but for an example, if you live in a predominantly black community and there's no white people
everywhere,
there...
it's the same thing.
Let me finish. See, like when you live in an area, if you don't come into contact with black people on a regular basis, so where do you get your stereotypes and where do you get your opinion on black people? You get it from the media.
Of course. But what I'm trying to say is, see me as a black individual, yeah? I've been to many different areas. I'm not... but
that's you.
Let me say
that's
something.
you, though.
I've lived... Yeah, fair enough. I was born in London, but I moved out of London and I lived in the Milton Keynes until I was 14. I moved from there, went to Northampton, went to an area which was predominantly white. I had racism for fucking years, yeah? Then I moved away from there to Essex, yeah? I moved from Essex, and in Essex, it was predominantly black people. It was a shock to my system. And I never got the racism, and it was different. Then I moved from there, but even when I was there, there were still black people that were dickheads. Do you know what I mean? It made me realize that, listen, I don't care about the racism, yeah? Because racism is all the same thing. It's all prejudice, yeah? Somebody might not like you because they're envious of you, yeah? And they just want to hate on you and find something about you to hate on you, yeah? But the real truth of the matter is we need to stop talking about the racism thing, because the racism thing is not even... I don't think we do. No, let me tell you something.
All.
I'll tell you the truth. The racism thing, yeah, is not even the tip of the iceberg, yeah. The real truth of the matter is, when people see you, they feel you're a threat, and they've got to find something, yeah, to make you feel shitty and make you wild out to ruin yourself. Because once you get angry, yeah, that's when you're messed up. Do you know what I mean? But when you're happy and you ignore it, yeah, then they get more angry, yeah, because they know that you're gonna still be better than them, yeah. But then once you start wilding out and stuff, then they know, oh yeah, they're just exactly what we said. Yeah, they're aggressive, they're this and that. That's what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? And that's what they keep trying to push out this whole agenda about us, yeah? And
they have been doing it for years.
Exactly, they've been doing it for years.
Like for an example, like when the police beat up a young black boy, like
it's not even
Rashad Charles that got killed in Dalston. Yeah. That's a modern day lynching. And the reason how they do it is because he was into crime, he was into this. It's no different from them saying, the black man was in the white area, he was looking at the white man, we had to go hang him.
Exactly how they
is a modern day lynching
with the
in the US.
drugs.
In the US, it's a lot worse than here. Yeah.
No, I don't believe so.
100%.
I don't believe so.
Than here in the US.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Here is bad.
In terms of what though?
But they have to be smart about how they do it. Yeah. That's the thing. But in the
but
US,
what do you mean? What do you mean in terms of it's worse in
with
the US
the with the racism in US? Yeah, people. I've watched videos with my mum where a guy he's selling CDs outside of a shop. Yeah, and this person's recording the whole thing, and the police just come, and they said, "You're resisting, resist." Put him on the floor. He's not resisting, and put a gun to his chest on the floor. And you're watching the video, and he shot him in the chest. The blood is on the floor. The guy's dead.
Yeah. But we don't do it any different. The only difference is that we don't have guns. If police officers walk around with guns the same way they do in the US, there will be far more black males dead. Facts. Facts. The only difference is we taser them. We knock their teeth out. That's the only difference. There's plenty of black men that have died in police custody. You can look at
I'm not saying there isn't.
What's that charity called? Where they count all of the ethnic minority people that have died in custody.
They came up with a list recently, but
IPCC or whatever.
IPP, the international. What's it called?
Police Commission of Complaints or something.
No, not that. Is an independent charity.
One with BLM, they came up with a whole bunch of stats.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah, you'll be very surprised.
The only reason why I say about this whole racism because the thing is in London, yeah, you got so much multiculturalism, yeah, and it's like people are trying to pick on what they have different to use as an scapegoat, yeah, and I've grown up in an area where I've like been one of the only black people there.
Same. Until I was 14 years old.
But where though? Where's that?
Hartcliffe, Bristol.
Bristol, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and in Bristol.
I was the only black person.
Yeah, and what was that like?
That was the worst time of my life.
So
but it's where I learned to fight.
Yeah, but that's the difference.
It's where I learned to fight and it's where I got my perseverance from.
When I was in Milton Keynes, yeah, I didn't even know about racism, yeah, really, until one of my friend's brothers said, "You coon." And I didn't know what it was. I was laughing about it. Went home and I said to my mum, and I was only young. I was like 13, 12 years old. I said, "Oh, mum, what does coon mean?" She goes, "Don't ever say that again. What's that word?" I didn't know what it is. Then I moved to Rushden. Then I have people saying, "You darky, you this, you freaking coon, you this." And I had to, and the thing is, because I moved away from Milton Keynes because I had a bunch of 40, 50-year-old geezers older than me. I'm not even a teenager yet. And they're trying to kick my door down saying, get that black cunt out here now. Yeah, like they're going to do something to me. I don't know what they're going to do. But then when I moved to Rushden, where I went to, every single day of my life, I got racism. But then I thought, I don't want the same situation that happened when my mom is sitting on the little entryway, holding her legs, rocking back and forwards, crying, hoping these people don't get through the door. Yeah, and I had racism and I just dealt with it and I laughed at it. I said, "Oh, whatever." But then I started to realize more in depth because I did that and started to look at them more. They took me out to places. They kept doing the same thing, but they invited me to go places with them and do this like I'm their little freaking monkey. But then I started to realize, actually, these people have a lot more problems themselves. Yeah, they've got their own issues. And the reason why they're doing it is because they're projecting their own pain on me. Yeah, because obviously, I don't know what it is, but they've got problems.
I think it's that, and I also think it's a case of...
Do you know what I mean?
Like, for an example, have you ever seen that meme where it's like, as black people, we have to, before we go on holiday, we have to Google, is this country racist?
Yeah.
Like, literally, in terms of the world, wherever you go...
I've never done that, ever.
You've never done that? I've done that plenty of times. Wherever I've travelled. Maybe you're a little bit more free-spirited. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care. But my whole point is that throughout the world, we are probably the only race on the world where people hate us.
Yeah.
People hate us.
I'm not gonna lie.
For an example, like because what you have to remember is that the darker you are, the more poor you're perceived to be. And the reason why they say the darker you are is because it kind of goes back to similar like when it comes to slavery. You're out in the field, you're doing the labour jobs, you're doing the poor people jobs. It's no different like if you go to Malaysia, the lightest skinned people... Wait, let me finish. The lightest skinned people in Malaysia, they're the ones with money. The darker skinned people in Malaysia, they're the ones that are out doing all the... Like you said, like in Nigeria where they hustle, where they're like,
even in
we need to do... Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Countries where you have all different types of skin tones, like a lot of countries in Latin America, but then the colorism issue...
But the thing is...
Yeah.
Even in America, yeah... Like, listen, you got black Americans, they're racist to black people. they'll come here, like come talk to me. Like I've been on Amigo and all these fucking things before talking to Americans, and then you got them saying, "Oh, you nigga," and it's a black person saying, "Oh, what's wrong with you, man? You African booty scratcher. What are you talking about? You're freaking African as well." It's like, nah, I'm American. I'm African American. I'm like, mate, are you? You just said you're African.
That's because they've had that
Like,
whole culture. They don't
exactly.
know their culture.
They don't know their
They're
culture.
American.
Yeah, but
That's
then
what
I've had some Americans that are upset because they're saying to me, "Bro, where are you from?" I'm saying, I know where I'm from. I'm from Nigeria, because in my family line, they were never slaves. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I know where I come from. I know like a lot more about my history, but at the same time, it's like when I spoke to this guy, he's proper confiding in me. He's saying, "Listen, you know what? I envy you because you know your history. I don't even know where I'm from. I'm here in America. I'm an African American, but I don't even know where I come from in Africa." You know, there's all different types. Like, everybody's got such different perspectives. So that I don't ever like to try and say everyone's like this or everyone's like that. I know white people that are the utmost. They fight for black people. Yeah, they are there for us. Yeah. But then you got white people out there that it's not even necessarily that they hate black people or they've had a bad experience with black people. Do you know what I mean? And then they have some warped perception. But I feel like it's my job to go and because I'm part of the black community, it's my job to go and give people a real perspective of how we are. We're not what you want us to be. We are smart, intelligent individuals that have a lot going for us, and we're just like everybody else. And that's why I think we need more people like that, and not the ones that are going out there thinking, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna kill everybody, I'll stab you, this, that. And I understand all the anger because it's like, of all the history, but that's not our history. Realistically, it's history from before. Like, a lot of people got history from...
It is our history, though.
It's our history, but what I'm saying is, it's not our battle to fight. We need to move forward. We need to evolve and adapt, yeah?
But
we don't need to keep...
We have been moving forward, but it's a case of we can only do so much within our own communities.
And people address that situation within their own way and depending on where they're at in their journey.
Of course.
The way Parice will move forwards and you move forwards, it's probably two completely different ways, but you've got the same end goal.
Yeah.
Of course.
Obviously, this is a proper interesting topic.
Yeah.
But obviously, we'll be here all day, if you know what I mean, and we're short for time. Let's get another one.
Maybe one day we have a proper podcast about it and have a proper chat.
Yeah, we could, 100%. But lay them on the table, go on.
You think you're going to beat me again, yeah?
Chat.
Oh,
Ooh. Ooh. All right, let me read them.
So we're both going to answer the question, or are we going to do it like other games?
He can, it's for him to answer.
It's for him to answer. But to be honest, if you use the cards, it's kind of like you can just use them however you want to use them. Because more time when I use them, people don't really let me talk and they'll just talk about what they want to say, which is fine because then it's just about having that debate.
And it's a healthy debate as well. I like it. All right, your friend asks you to lie for him and say that you were hanging out together yesterday night. What are your thoughts?
That's similar to the other one, isn't it?
Yeah, to joint enterprise.
Yeah.
It depends who I'm lying to.
To the feds.
Oh, to the feds?
Is it to the
I would
feds?
say, of course.
It's up for debate, but
of course
it insinuates this.
I would lie. I know maybe people say it's the wrong thing to do, but the thing is, like, right now, the police do not paint themselves in a good light towards the community anyway. They don't act like they are there. They try to make the media make it out like they're there to help you, but realistically, if they're there to help, they don't portray that at all.
No,
like, even that guy, that police officer that got shot, in
the police station.
In the police station, mate. If you guys are really there to help, you'd do everything by the book. How do you not know the guy had a gun on him? And he pulled out the gun and bust you.
Wild.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That was a bit nuts.
Like,
how do you get into? And it was just
because they were probably looking for drugs. That's probably why.
But it's but they found gun shells. They found bullets on him. That's why they were arresting him, because they found bullets. But then you didn't find the gun that's concealed in his back, in his belt.
That was a mad situation.
That's just negligence on his part, on the police
Exactly.
Because it's not like like fair enough. It maybe it wasn't an AK-47, but it's not going to be. It's quite big.
Yeah.
Like, how can you?
Yeah, how did you miss that?
Yeah.
But what about? I just want to throw a spanner in the works. What about if you find out that, you know, after you've just said, yeah, I was with him, if they're like, all right, well, he's in custody for murder, or he's been nicked for murder or something like that, and but you've just said that you was with him.
Yeah, man.
So
what
it's
now?
a sticky one, isn't it?
Are you gonna retract and say, well, I wasn't with him, but now you have to do the loyalty thing now? Like, what are you doing?
Are you riding?
You riding at 25?
If they're saying, "Oh, was I with him?" Then they're gonna obviously ask me for a statement. I say, "Okay, well, I was with him, but I don't know anything about this murder." And then they're gonna say, "Okay, well, we're gonna take a statement."
But you've already
We're like,
incriminated yourself. Don't do that.
Exactly. I'll be like, listen, you know what? Yeah, I was just helping a mate. I was just helping my mate. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I wasn't really there, but I don't know what to do in that situation.
But then you know when, because okay, in reality, yeah, like he said, say that so you're basically his alibi, and then in reality, so you come to court to say, yeah, he was with me, or whatever. So then now they have to arrest you to say you might be part of it, whatever. So now it's a situation where if you say that, you know, actually I wasn't with him, and then you back away from him during trial, it's kind of dry snitching.
And also, it's...
This is what I don't understand. Let me say something, yeah? I do not understand this
when
whole...
you're a part of it and you say, you know what I'm saying?
Let me say something.
No, let me just quickly...
This dry snitching thing
you cement your
does
point
not
here.
make sense to me.
It is. Because if me and you are together, yeah, and then it's like, well, it wasn't me, then you're basically saying it was him.
It can
But
only
you've
be...
already
That's not basically saying nothing, because let me tell you something, yeah? I cannot basically say something, because that's not true. Like, it's not basically, I've said it's not me. So I've not basically said it's someone else. I've said it's not me. So
Yeah, but
now-
if there's only two people in the room and someone winds up dead, like, it can only...
But I wasn't in the room in the first place.
But you said you was with him.
But you said you was with him.
So I'm trying to help him out. So now I'm in trouble because I'm trying to help my mate out. Oh, you're dry snitching. Oh, listen, I got a man on the road that's gonna catch you now for dry snitching. Oh, what? Because I'm trying to help my mate out. Yeah, I'm trying to help you out, and now you're putting me in shit. Now I'm dry snitching. How about you fucking fuck off, bro?
I think what he's saying is that you can't be on the fence on that one.
But this is what I'm saying about all this roadman thing. Does not make, like, see me, I've never done no roadman, and all these type of ideas is stupid.
No,
like, come on, if listen, I don't know who makes these things up. It's some illiterate freaking numbskull making these just because he wants to get out of all these little. Listen, what you?
Yeah, but if
talking
you're
about?
part of a lifestyle, it's the unwritten code.
No, man, it's not
the
lifestyle.
unwritten code.
So you're wait. So basically,
It's
you're
not a
saying,
style.
No,
What style is that?
No.
I'm saying it's a way of life, isn't it? If you're a
Way of
road
what
man,
life?
if you're a road man and your
So you
friend's
went-
a road man, you're not gonna snitch on them.
Yeah.
Roadman.
A road man.
But then the thing is,
You
you're telling
can't-
me a roadman is like you're gonna go in the dictionary and find this is roadman. This is actually no. Everybody's
but it's
different.
like-
Like, life is
Nah.
different. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
but
That's
You-
one
you-
thing
you-
though.
you
Roadmen
shot
are
him.
different.
you went jail for shotting, yeah.
yeah.
So that's what you went jail for. So you was doing some type of illegal activities.
But I never brought no one involved in my
Okay.
Yeah?
But hear what I'm saying. You're shotting. You're doing some type of illegal activities, whatever. So you have kind of experienced that lifestyle, whatever. Now, say you was working with someone. Say you didn't get nicked and you didn't learn your lesson. Say you carried on and you graduated to having a worker or something like that, and have someone doing your shots for you. And then your worker gets nicked. Are you expecting your workers to say, "Nah, it was Tim"?
Yeah, it's his drums. It's his.
It's his drums.
Yeah,
It's on the same-
Oh, but
That's
it's
not
Yeah.
the same.
It is the same.
It
That's
is
not
the same.
What are you
It is
doing in
the
this
same.
lifestyle?
No, it's
If
not.
you're part of that lifestyle,
No,
it is.
yeah.
It's the same.
It's not the same.
It's
How
the
does
same.
that
How
make
is it
sense?
not the same?
Because you're telling
A
me
normal person.
my friend, yeah, is basically said.
One thing I will
One
say,
minute.
it can't be your friend
That
if he's
question-
asking you to
Okay,
side.
That's what
No,
we
no,
were
no.
saying
It's not your
before.
friend.
No, but of course I wasn't gonna have a friend like that. What I'm saying is, you're trying to tell me my friend saying to basically vouch for him, to say I'm with him. Yeah, that's totally different from me having someone working for me. Yeah, and we're in this thing together. Because if it's my friend, I might not be doing nothing with him. He's just my mate, and he says, "Oh,
Wait.
can you
So-
just
so-
vouch for me and say I'm with you?"
So
You know what I
if-
mean? And I
yeah.
do that, and then I get involved with that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's
But
going on?
would
That's the issue you need to
if
have
he
with your
called
friend.
you and said, "Will you say I was with you?" Are you just gonna say, "Yeah, no"? I'll say, or are you gonna say, "Okay, I need to know exactly"?
Of
Yeah,
course
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's a
that's
little bit
different.
You
different.
would
That's a little
know,
bit
yeah,
different.
you
Yeah.
Of course I'll do that. But
That's a little bit
what I'm saying,
different.
but
But just going into it blind.
But
is
then if
kinda
I got
like,
somebody
what do you
working
expect?
for me, and then you say, listen, bro, are you mad? What? You snitch? That's definitely snitching.
No, but hold on. You just said who wrote these numbschool rules? Bro,
No,
he just
that's
snitched on you,
common
and you felt upset about that.
No,
so
because- Okay.
the rule does it should exist.
Okay, let's talk about sense. Let's talk about sense here. Yeah? So somebody is working. I'm helping you. Like, this is what I'm saying about helping. Remember, it's about people helping people. Yeah. So I'm helping you. You want to go and sell drugs or whatever? Okay, I'm getting you the drugs. And you're selling it. Then you get caught, and then you start saying this is this person's drugs. That is snitching on me. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
that's
then-
what he's saying. That's why that's why SP has said it's dry snitching.
That's not dry snitching. That is snitching.
No, I'm talking about the scenario that's on the card.
But the
That's
other
why he's
scenario,
saying it's dry
That's
snitching.
not dry snitching. That's not dry nothing. There's snitching and that's it. You're making
No,
up.
no,
Back in the day-
It's like an indirect.
Let me say something, yeah? Back in the day, you go and look at the real olders, yeah? See, I talk to olders. You ever think that you go and tell them dry snitching, they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about dry snitching?
Bruv, are you alright? Fam, listen to what I'm saying. If me and you, if me and you are going to, say me and you go out, say you was, you know, a violent you or whatever, we go out to attack someone,
Okay, no, that's
Feds,
diff-
wait, hold on. Feds nick us, and I say to the feds, it was just me and you know, CCTV.
And we attacked him together.
No, let's say you just did it, and I was just there or whatever, yeah, and feds nicked us, and I'm like, well, it wasn't me.
It could
I'm
only be
saying
you.
I'm directly saying that's you.
No, that's different.
That's dry
No, it's
snitching.
the same thing.
No, what I'm saying, no, what he said to me, the scenario that he said to me there, no, I agree with that there. I'm saying, no, if I
But
was
that is
there,
dry
if I
snitching.
was there, I can't say it wasn't me. I was like, yeah, I was there. I'm not going to say, listen.
Yeah, but that's why he's asked
but
you for
it's
the
the same
statement though.
in
So
terms
that's
of
why
the
he's
card.
saying it's
It
either
was
one
the
or the
same
other.
thing.
No, because
Yeah.
the situation we was talking about is my friends calling me up, yeah, and telling me to go and be an alibi for them, yeah? And then,
But then it's for you to
and I'm not
answer.
actually even there.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
what
that's
I mean?
saying? But then it's for you to say to your brethren, what is this? Why am I saying this?
Exactly,
You have
but
to ask the
you keep
questions.
flipping up the situation though.
I've
So
not
now-
flipped it one time. You're hearing it differently.
listen, we got this recorded, yeah? Fantastic.
Okay. Alright, so basically you would say yeah. You would say yeah.
I would say yeah. If it's a scenario that I said, yeah, where it's like I'm sitting at home, my mates called me saying, "Oh, would you be my alibi?" And he explains to me what happened. Yeah.
Then you'd say,
Then
nah,
it's-
I don't want no
Yeah,
part
then
of
I'll be
this.
like, no, I don't want to be
Yeah.
part of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So in terms of the guidance, it will look at obviously joint enterprise, how it was before, what's the difference now, and it will also look at perverting the courts of justice.
Like if my mate robbed a bike,
Like that.
yeah, and he's like, "Oh, listen, could you just say that I was with you?" I'll be like, "Oh, of course."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to ask that question. I
But
think
that's why it's
important
vague.
as well.
Yeah,
on
that's what-
purpose.
that's
because
why
if
it's
it's
vague.
like I've had one of my girls call me once and she was just like, oh, you know, like when we bump into her boyfriend, like I was with you yesterday, innit? And I'm just like, yeah, don't worry, I got you. But no, I'll be honest, my loyalty's with her. I don't know.
Of course.
But if it was some bookie guy that I knew from way back when, who's just like, obviously, fucking, yeah, you know, like I'd be like, are you all right? You know what I mean? So it's a different, it's different.
Definitely.
Next question, yeah, because we're gonna do one more. I think what time are we on?
Demon time.
1 hour and 20 minutes. We've got someone coming in about 10 minutes.
We're on demon time
We'll
now,
get it
innit?
done. We'll get this done in the next 10 minutes. Bam. In what stage? In fact, should we make this the last one? You reckon?
Yeah. Let me see what the
Is it dark? Oh no, it's all good out there, man. It's still bright now. You know, I like this, man.
Yeah, just
Alright,
see.
bam.
Yeah, you could just.
In what situation would you call the police? Off the back of what we just spoke about.
He'd be calling them like, so I was there. But
But yeah.
So,
You
but
know,
it was only
this-
me and another guy.
I don't understand these rules.
Yeah.
That's it.
And his government name is this. His day
You know,
of birth is
I was,
this.
it's the same thing I was
85462
talking to, even in
DJ.
jail, everything. I was like, listen, I don't understand what these guys are talking about. But no, all right. So you say, what situation would I call the police? I don't think I'd even call the police because they don't do nothing.
They don't
That's the
help.
whole reason why I wouldn't even call them in the first place.
What about for a crime reference number? Or something like
You
that?
have to, yeah,
What?
you have to.
So you're-
Insurance
A burglary.
purposes.
Yeah, no, okay, I'll
You
call
have
the police.
to.
Like, if basically I'm trying to go and claim insurance, on my phone, and I have to get crime reference number and all them type of things, that's different,
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think I need to call the police for anything because they don't do nothing. Like, honestly, when you call the police, right, it takes them, they probably come the next day when something's happened, and then when they turn up, they ask you questions, and it's not even like they're listening to you. It's like it's like you're the criminal when they're talking to you most of the time. And it's just patronising. There's no need for it.
I've had to call the police before. So when I was at work, this guy came in and did, I don't know if you've ever heard of the leaflet trick where they talk in a different language and they're pointing and then they put the leaflet down on your phone and then they swipe your phone.
Oh, right.
So obviously I was at work and obviously I had to call the police in order for, because my workplace had like insurance, but I was sending a crime reference number. But when I called the police, I was like, yeah, I know where the location is. They're like, we're not going to go there. And I'm like, what? I know where it is, so why are you not going to go there? They're like, yeah, no, we're not going to go there because sometimes the location could be wrong. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go there. And they were like, no, we don't recommend that. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going down there. I went down there armed with pepper spray, and I was, and they were like, no, we don't recommend that because if you get into, I was like, listen, I'm bringing my dog. Yeah, it's fine. But then they called me and asked me to be a witness because apparently a lot of people's phones were like linked to this address, and like, can you give us a witness statement? And I was like, yeah, I didn't bother because I was like, you didn't even go down there to go get my phone, so why am I going to help you now?
You told me about this. You had to buy the whole phone again. Like,
I had to buy the phone. I spent £700. £700 on getting a new phone.
I've definitely had to call them like professionally. Like when I was working with young women who were like, she was getting violated and harassed by this older guy. Situations like that without hesitation, I'd be like, yeah, this is a situation.
Like a safeguarding.
Yeah. That's a safeguarding concern.
Yeah.
She's 15. She's getting groomed by a 21-year-old. He's lingering around the property address. This is at work. I can't make certain calls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to be like, hello.
Yeah.
So and for burglary, I would because you need.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't have insurance or nothing to steal, so I probably wouldn't. But like a normal person would.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Like I struggle to understand it. Yeah. Like the way I was raised by my mum, like I was scared of my mum. Even to this day, I'm still scared of my mum. Yeah. And I'll never ever treat like a woman bad. Like obviously I do what I'm gonna do, but I don't understand how when you like people go about being single, raised by a single mum. Or they like, I listen to Tupac. Tupac did Mama, all these songs about women, respecting women, but you don't even respect a woman. I don't understand how you...
What's that got to do with the feds?
Yeah, the police.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. No, but I'm just saying about your situation. You're saying about the guy who was like, I don't understand why guys do that.
Do.
And it's like...
It's what narcissists
and it's
do.
just, it's not even
that.
It's just like...
It's control and all of that sort of stuff. They may bang Tupac like, yeah, I love my mum.
There's a girl trying to say that I'm a narcissist.
Situation.
There's a girl trying to say I'm a narcissist. Yeah, and I was like, she was saying, oh...
You have to remember there's different levels of narcissism there. Just because you don't smack on a woman doesn't necessarily mean you're not a narcissist.
It's a term that's easily thrown around, and more time people are just dickheads sometimes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, anyway. But yo, this discussion
is
live. Cold, it was sick.
It's a live discussion out here.
Delinquent,
Booyakasha.
Prison Diaries.
That's it.
We out.